Hello and welcome back to the DevVlog. Today we'll be looking at some perforce, we'll be looking at some Unity and some FMod integration issues. Don't know exactly where this whole thing will lead. Hopefully it'll lead to a functioning fix for a bug that one of our HEP projects is having. Let's take a look real quick. Step one, I've investigated the issue already, and I've determined that it's a fairly major change that I want to make. And major change should say to you, let's make a branch. So the first thing I've done is I've started the branch already. The first thing we do is figure out what branch the team is using. It's the middle of the night and no one's available, I'm sure, right now to just ask them. So let's take a look. We're going to look at the history and see who's been using what when. So this version is from October. This version is from today. That's mine. This version is from November. So it looks to me like the only version that's been in use anytime recently is this dev branch. And so I'm going to branch off of that. I went and I hit branch files. And in here, you just type in the name of your new branch. And so what did I do? So my source branch is the dev branch that I clicked. My target will be, the new thing. And I called it new FMod. All right, and so I already did that. I made the branch. You can see that it's here. Unfortunately, that means you got to follow that up with pulling that branch down. And the project is rather large, so that'll take a bit of a while to do. I will point out something I mention once in a while, and that's you really want to keep your project as small as you can. There is a cost to adding assets that you're not actively using, and this is that cost, which is people need to pull the branch. They have to pull all of those assets, used or not. Okay, so I'll pause it right here. We'll bring it back as soon as I've finished retrieving this branch. We're back. The pull is complete. Let's now open that in Unity. It's a new branch, so it's a new folder name, and that means we're going to have to use the open option. Let's go and find that. Here we go. Here's the new branch. Let's open. It may be grumpy that I'm on a different version of Unity. Indeed it is. Yes, so we want something as close as what the team is using. The team is using 2020.3.2, and what do I have? I have 2020.3.19. So, boop, I'm going to go ahead with that. I'm going to open it for Windows, make sure that's correct. All right, and that brings us to, a continual worry that floats around out there is, oh, don't I have to be on exactly the same version? What if I'm not on the same version? Well, let's find out. I think the baby step from 0.3.2 to 0.3.19, that's a few baby steps, but it's still it's a baby step, and I don't anticipate there being any problems. In general, with Unity, if you stay up to date, these little baby steps are very minor and very simple. The only problems come in when you try to do a large jump, and those large jumps happen because you're reluctant to make the small jumps when they come along. So yeah, in general, I would say use an LTS version and update when you have the opportunity to update. The longer you wait, the harder it is. So no specific need if your project has a deadline like these do. These are AGP projects, and so they will terminate at some point. We're going to hit spring. We're going to all graduate and mostly be done with our projects So no big sweat about that we have to stay up to date for this. Once the term is over, that's fine. All right, and so I'm now doing the next long step. I have to import the Unity project, and like downloading it from Perforce, the larger it is, the longer this is going to take. So once again, a reminder that importing into your project files that you're not planning to use carries a cost with it. Always consider, do I really need that? How much time would it take me to prune out only the parts that I want and maybe try to chop out the parts I don't want? If it's going to take a really long time to do that pruning, maybe it's not worth it. But maybe you could spend 15 minutes doing a little prune up front to save yourself dividends down the line the next time anyone has to pull your project. Okay, I'll pause it here. We'll come back when the project has been imported. And we're back. We have loaded into Unity. Let's take a look at the situation. I want to look at what the scenes are here and what the scenes we're going to load. I'm assuming that this is set up to load the scenes correctly, and test menu is the correct launching scene. If I have to do any play, I may want to start there. So let's start there at test menu. So that's main project scenes test menu. Let's load that. Main project scenes test menu. Yes, this looks like the menu. Let's try it out. All right, and we're live. Seems to work. Unfortunately, there's no audio on this screen, and it is FMod that we have a complaint with. So we're going to want to hit play and see where that takes us. All right. Wow. Okay, they've used multi-scene. They've used multi-scene loading, as you can see here. So yeah, it looks like I'll have to go through the whole flow. Okay, that'll be fine. That'll be how we test. Let's go ahead and do that build that was requested. Let's see if we can make. Oh, I don't have Mac on this machine. Son of a gun. All right. Well, let's see if I can add that. It's my 2020.3.19, and we'll go over there 2020.3.19, and let's see if we can add the Mac build support. We'll try that out, see if that works. Okay, let's see if I now have the Mac OS option for my build. Okay, so let's try a build. Let's see if I can make a Mac build. Create a new folder, build Mac. Build Mac, go. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how that turns out.
Selection the way that life was prior to human civilization.
And the build is finished. Here we are. We got buildmac.app. That's what we need to share. How are we going to share it? Let's try sharing it through Perforce. Yep, we're going to have to flip on over to the workspace. And let's try mark for add. Let's go new test Mac build. Okay. Really, all the PDBs are there, everything's here. Is that normal? All right, we're gonna try it. Okay, here we are. Test Mac build. All right, submit that. All right, I'll pause it here while we upload the file. I'll boot my Mac up, download it over there, and come back to let you know how it turned out. One thing I do want to look at right away while this is happening is whether or not we got any errors during that build. I'm not getting the FMod error that the team was reporting. What did I get? I get could not find a plist and could not be signed, right? Yeah, okay, I'm not surprised by any of that. But I did not get the FMod error that was reported. So we'll explore and see whether I have the FMod problems over on the Mac. Okay, I'm back. After a lot of trial and error, a whole lot of tinkering and digging to try to find which file is jacked up, I finally found it. Let's take a look. These are the files, these are the library files that replace those DLLs for Mac. They are the bundle files. And we can see that we have them. They're here and they are correctly marked to be used for Mac files. And those DLLs for the Windows are correctly marked to be used only for Windows. So what gives? What is the problem? If I look closer, you'll notice that inside, these are actually directories, that are needed for the Mac. And the Mac tends to hide that, but Unity shows that. And it shows you the files that are inside. There's an Info.plist file in each one of these. But remember, the one that's malfunctioning is fmodstudioL. That one is the one that malfunctions. And if we look in that folder, there's no pinfo.list file in there. So let's get to fixing that. Here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to shut down Unity first. I don't like to make these edits while it's running. Let's shut it down, and then I'm just going to delete the entire maclib from the FMod plugins. All right, FMod download FMod, sign in, Unity integration, and I want the old one. Yep. Gimme. I'm going to import the package that I just downloaded. Okay, let's go and look if the maclib is going to contain. It does not have fmodstudioL in it. The staging folder. Indeed, the staging folder is what's new. This is where the file is now. We don't have the staging folder, but I do want to get hold of this, fmodstudioL. Okay, let's go for it. This is missing. But let's see if it's here now. There we go. There's the missing file. That's the file that was missing. And I believe, go here and we look, this should be set for Mac. This is the offending file. It should be set for Mac. Okay, and let's see. For unchanged, narrow this down a little bit. All right, I think that's it. And really, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to commit the missing file. And I'm going to leave the rest of it alone. The missing file was this. All right, let's submit that. And now, let me go take that over to the Mac. Just that one change, that one file that was missing. I'm going to pull that over on the Mac and see if audio works now. Here I am over on the Mac. The project has loaded, and I do not see that DLL error now. Let's see if we get audio. There's no audio on the main screen, of course, so we'll load into the game. And I know that you can hear that there. That's sitting right next to the mic. So, fixed. It was just that one file. Put this. Okay, so that's all we got to do. And in fact, I did dig and I found that I had a copy of that file. That file does exist in the file history. If I go to Charon, the Charon branch, which I believe is the original branch, and I go and I dig into this file. Let's look at the history of that file. It was added, yes, it was added back here in September and then removed. It was deleted way back then, and that's actually the problem. So super easy fix, really, once we found that. But man, that was nasty to find. So I definitely I don't blame the team for not being able to find that. What I'm going to do first off here, I'm going to make a new build. I'm going to kick off a build over on the Mac since I got them. You know what? Let's kick off a build over on the Mac. It's got a nice clean version. And while I'm doing that, okay, while that's building, let's clean up everything that I've got here. I don't need any of this. So I'm going to revert it all. Completely. Oops. I usually like to close Unity first. So I got Unity closed. Okay, I've deleted all of that. Anything in here related? No. Okay, that's all fixed. So the only change now in this entire branch should be that one DLL file. Yeah, we know. So over there on the Mac, I'm doing a build for Mac, and over here I'm going to do a build for PC, and we'll see if both builds work. And then I'm also going to want to do a build for Mac on the PC, which I know is something your team wants to try to do. So here we are. First, play an editor. All right, audio plays, no error messages. Excellent news. Build settings. Let's build a Windows. Okay. Okay, the Mac is finished. I'm going to try executing that. Audio works. So That's a really good change. Pretty excited about that. Okay, let's run this build. All right, build works. We have some audio.
My name is Alexis of Alacia.
Okay, so that's a PC built and running. That's a Mac version built and running. Let's do the last thing, which is, can I make a Mac build on my PC, and will that work? Okay, a final update. The build is finished on the PC. I pushed that into perforce. I pulled it down onto my Mac, did the chmod, and then I executed it. It runs and the audio plays. So I think we're completely fixed. It was just that one file. Little note there, you do have to, if you push your Mac build into perforce there and then you pull it down on a Mac, you do have to do the chmod trick to make it executable over on the Mac, which is not exactly friendly. Meanwhile, what did I want to do? There's only one last step that we really need to do, and that is to merge the glorious change back into the dev branch. So let's do that. I'm going to start with the new FMod branch. I'm going to merge to the dev branch. So merge, integrate from the new FMod into dev. Okay. And I want to create a new change list for that. Go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, because they put the build Mac in there. Okay, yeah. Do we want that? Do I want to merge that? I don't think I want to merge it. So I'm going to undo that. Don't want to merge that. Boop. I only wanted to merge this, and let's do it. Okay, there you go. The new FMod branch, we're kind of done with it. The dev branch now is fixed. So enjoy that one. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it. We're good to go. The only last thing that's kind of bothersome is that when you push Mac builds into perforce, then you pull them down onto a Mac, you have to do that chmod thing. Maybe we can look into some way to script that or something. Okay. All right. See you next time.